welcome if you are new. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello. We are going to be doing something a little different visually today. As you can see, I have my setup a little different here because it is my desk. We are actually going to be removing my gel nail polish today because I believe I did one of these videos way back when. Ended up taking way too long and I was like, nope, can't do it. But I have perfected my method of doing this, or procedure. I'm gonna say I've improved. I've not perfected anything yet, but we're gonna get going on this. When removing gel nail polish, as you can see, don't pick it like I did. I was out gardening and I ended up picking out a lot of this. As you can see, most of it has really good normal growth, but I did catch it when I get to it. Before I move forward, let me just explain some of the things I have here that I use to help me remove my gel nail polish. The first thing that I have here, the main thing we're going to use, is the acetone. It is 100% pure acetone, professional nail polish remover, whatever. Acetone was the big thing for me because I have like my normal nail polish remover that I got from Fry's or Walmart that was like 80 some cents. It works on normal nail polish, but it does not work on this gel nail polish. This means business. Think glob. Next, I went ahead and got these little cotton thingies. They aren't too big, but I did get them off of Amazon. And they look like this. They're like little sheets of like almost cotton paper. They're kind of translucent, as you can see, just not, can you see? Yeah. They're pretty translucent. You can see through them, so they're not hella thick, but they're big enough that I can use to remove the gel polish off of my fingers. So these came in handy so much. I love these little things. To hold them onto my fingers instead of doing the aluminum foil, which I thought was, in my opinion, a pretty big waste just because it's a one and done kind of deal. I found these little guys, these little finger clips, super great. I love using these. These are wonderful. Couldn't do it without them. And over here I have my nail files. So I have, of course, like my big square one. I have my tiny little Revlon one, itty bitty, and then I have my big chunky one over here too. And then these tools are amazing. You're definitely going to need these to remove the polish. The main one I use is this little guy right here on this end, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but you'll be able to see that's what I use. So super handy, really helpful, and trust me, you will need these. Pretty much everything here is the basis of what I need. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Let me take my back. What I like to do before I get started on anything really is prep my little clips, and I only do one hand at a time. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've only had to use 5 of these so far. So I keep the other ones in a bag. The bag helps keep them organized, so of course I keep it around. And actually with these little things, I have kept these little cotton papery things, cotton square, whatever you want to call them. I don't think they even have the name on here, do they? Cotton pads. I just call them cotton pads. So I have kept these little cotton pads. I folded them down from their original larger size to this smaller size here. And these are actually pretty handy when it comes to holding all the acetone in place, and I'll show you right now. I like to prep my clips before I sand my nails down. So let's get to it. Perfect. All 5 of them ready to go. And as you can see, I already got acetone. I mean, maybe you can't see because it dried pretty quick. I already got acetone on my nails, and it does absolutely nothing. Nothing is budging, nothing's coming off. We're not moving. We're still golden. But the trick around this, and I'm going to start with my left hand here. I like to use these little ones just because they're a bit more disposable, and they come in these packs. Let me get one here. These little Revlon ones, or these little tiny emery boards, nail files, whatever you call them, come in these gigantic packs. I actually got 2 of these gigantic packs, but I have only had to use one of them so far. And you get like 2 of these gigantic packs at Walmart or on Amazon for like 80 cents a piece, or $1 for 2 of them, you know, and that's not bad. So I'd rather use these instead of going through like a ton of these. It really just depends on what your needs are and what you're using them for at the time too. So now that I have these prepped, everything's ready to go for those, I'm going to come in and I'm going to file off my clear coat, because even though there's barely any polish left on some of these, you can still see my clear coat. And don't shy away from those edges. So as you can see here, I pulled up a lot from around the front of this, or the top, I guess, of my nail, and then along the edges as well. Some of it's come up, and I took off the clear coat from most of this. There is that little bit right there, which I should probably remove. All right. So that is all done. That is really what we're going to be looking for, is this kind of like matte, dusty, dirty color on top. That lets me know that my clear coat is gone. And without that clear coat, the acetone is going to have a lot easier of a time getting through to all of my nail polish and being able to release it from my nail, because this gel, again, means business. So let's go ahead and we'll move through to the rest of my nails. All right, there you have it. This is the final file project, I guess, part of it. As you can see, I do all of my nails. That way it's one piece at a time, so I'm not filing, taking it off, scraping it, coming back, doing the other nail. Like it's all just one thing at a time. We take it one thing at a time. I was able to pull it away from the end of all the nails pretty good on all of them, actually, and getting the sides is pretty important too, because I feel like when it does that, it likes to hang on to those corner or edge pieces, and it's not the case right now, so that's good. This has done its job. So what I'll do is I'll start with my left hand. These have the little squares of acetone already folded up in them, and they're pretty strong little clippies, so they're not going to come off. They take a bit of force to open too. So I'll come in and place my thumb just right there, close it, and that's it. And then we do the rest of my fingers. They're on here pretty securely. We're gonna leave them for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much polish I have on them, because this is about 2.5, almost 3 weeks worth of growth. I don't have too much back here near the cuticle. I have most of it towards the end on these, so they should be good to go in about 10 minutes. I'll check on them, see how they're doing, and yeah. So I'll set my timer for 10 minutes, and then we'll be right back. All right, it's been about 10 minutes now, so we're gonna come back in and check our nails. And by our nails, I mean my nails. Let me just pop this little guy out of here real quick, because again, this is my favorite little tool to use with my nails. Pretty safe to use as far as near the skin, and it does a great job scraping too. So I love this little guy. So we'll go ahead and I'll start with my thumb. I'll just remove this. See how we have some nice breakage around here? We're looking pretty nice. So what I'll do, and I typically usually work with a paper towel, just because I don't usually do this at my desk. I've gotten very comfortable with doing this, so I'll do it like in the living room or on my bed or anywhere, and I want to make sure I catch all the stuff that comes off of my nail. So I'll come, and it's pretty gentle, and it just comes right off. It's a little tough right here, But all this, it just flakes right off. It does a great job. Flakety flake. Here it's a little tough. Even going directly over it, this little part right here doesn't really want to come off. And I know it's just a little bit, and I don't know what color I want to repaint my nails, so it's all pretty smooth. I love that. And here is most of that. So what I'll do is I will come in with either my square or my black file, and I'll just go over this a little bit to make sure I removed anything that's on top of that little piece there. And I'll take my little clip with the acetone in it, and I just put it right back on my nail. And I love this because it's so simple, so easy. Pop it back on there, and I'll leave it for a little bit. So usually what I'll do is I'll leave it, and I'll go through the rest of my nails, see if these are all okay, and then I'll come back and check on this one. So let's do that. And this one, it came off completely, all over. Beautiful. Love it. Easy, safe, simple. On to the next one. All right, another stubborn piece right here. So again, I'm gonna come in with my little buffer block, come over it a bit, and then pop this right back on there. All right, and as you can see, there is a good layer of dirt underneath my nails here from the garden. Thank you, roses. So these are done. Came out really great with these other 3 nails. Let's go back and check on this first one. All right, right off. And we are good. All right, it's been a few minutes, so let's go ahead and check on this one. See how we're doing. There we go. All gone. Perfect. That's it. Wonderful. All right, and that is all of the polish that has come off my nails. Sometimes some of it will stay in here, but for the most part, nothing actually ends up staying on the little cotton squares, which I think is fantastic because it lets me reuse these over and over again. I love it. I love the reuse process. So most of my nail polish comes out here. I believe sometimes I'll get some in here, but these dry out pretty quick, and then the polish just kind of comes out, flakes off onto my little paper towel here. Easy. And because I am in my office, I have my fan going. These have completely dried out. So in order for me to start with my next hand here, I'm going to go ahead and reapply the acetone to these. And since I've already buffed these, all I have to do is clip them on and we're good to go. All right, all done. So again, we're gonna wait about 10 minutes and check on these. All right, we are at the 10-minute mark here. So I'm gonna go through and check all of my nails. Start with this one and we'll work our way around. Looks pretty matte, a little dry. Come in and do a little scrapey scrape. Very nice. Got a tough spot. gets a little everywhere, doesn't it? All right, so I have this tiny little spot right here that does not want to come off. So I wonder if I come in with my little buffer, if I can just buff it off. And yep, just like that I can. So this one is good to go. Looks like I have a similar situation with this one here. Does not want to come off. Buffer block. For the most part, it is gone and it's pretty smooth, so I'm going to go ahead and count that as done. I did a lot better job with my left hand working on my right hand than I did with my right hand working on my left hand. One thing I will say and be cautious of, when you take your little acetone soaked either pads or cotton balls or rounds or whatever it is that you're using off of your nails, they are going to be pretty flexible for a little bit. But then once they're off for a while, they start to harden back up, which is really great. And then this time, I'm not going to be reapplying any polish. And all of these, I'll just take and put right back into their cute little bag they came from. And I don't seal it all the way. I do the ends. And then I leave that opening there in the middle. That way the acetone that is in there can go ahead and just dry out, which it does rather quickly. So this doesn't take long at all. Really great stuff. Also, there's like little holes in the bag too, so not too bad. And then this has all the polish off of it. Make sure I put it on there, and then I'll go ahead and put it back in here with my other tools. And this time I'm actually not going to be applying any other polish for the moment. I'm going to let my nails breathe for the night. So what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll buff them, just the tops. Once I'm done with the filing or buffing of the top of my nails, of course, if I need to reshape them or one of them's broken, I'll file them down as well. But I'll come in with my cuticle oil, and I got this, I believe, in like a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy maybe once upon a time. So I've never actually had to buy my own, but I love these. They're super great, come in handy. And I actually wipe off all of what I have on there. So this looks pretty dry for you. But then I come in, just like at the salon, and I'll go along my cuticle line. Because this acetone does like to dry out the cuticles around your nails, and that'll cause like the little hangnails or lifting, little painful things on the side. So to prevent that, I always come in with the oil, and I'll do that either if I remove it and I don't put anything on, or I move in and I put new polish on, the gel polish, and then I apply the cuticle oil after I'm done with all of that. So it's a bit of a process, but I think it is worth it just to keep my hands healthy. And then right back in the box. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, polishes off. And then what I'll do now, once I'm done, I'll take this and I'll dump it off into the trash. I have a box that I put all of this in, so I'll go ahead and put it all in there along with this. And I use this pretty much until I can't anymore. So if I get any kind of polish on it or anything like that, or if I get too much acetone or I spill something, then I'll go ahead and throw my paper towel away. Otherwise, I keep it. Same thing with all my tools. I keep them all in my cute little box. I believe it's an Amazon box that I have everything in. I have my LED light, my gel polishes. I have quite a bit of them. And I even started putting my regular polish in there as well, so I don't lose anything. All of that goes together. And this is just a little bit of what I've learned from YouTube, articles, anything like that I can get my hands on how to do gel polish. I really got tired of going to the salon and paying so much to do it, along with the pandemic and not wanting to go out for it. This has helped so much. I love being able to do it myself. I believe my whole starter for everything cost me about $60. And then Boo decided that they wanted to purchase me like 20 extra gel polishes, which was really nice because all I wanted was gray. But they went ahead and purchased me a whole bunch of other colors, and I believe that additional set was like $15 or $20. So it doesn't cost a whole lot to get started with doing your own gel nails. I was really happy with that because just getting a gel manicure or just getting gel polish at the salon costs like $30. If you add that on top of your service that you normally get, even a manicure, you're looking at $65, maybe $70, depending on where you're at. But this is just how I do it. I know everybody does it differently. If you have any better tips or tricks, let me know in the comments down below. Remember, we do this every Thursday and Sunday, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!